This is NBC Palm Springs.
Good evening. Thank you for joining us. I'm Olivia Sandusky.
And I'm Mark Mester. We start tonight with the Powerball jackpot. It's our top story. The drawing will happen in less than 2 hours from now. The jackpot has soared to $1.4 billion. It's the fourth largest in Powerball history. Let's go live to Tiani Jadalang. She joins us live from inside of the store in Palm Desert. And Tiani, a lot of people lining up to buy those tickets?
Mark, a couple people, not a ton that you would think, but you may want to hand out those lucky $2 bills this evening because that's exactly how much it costs to buy this Powerball ticket for that $1.4 billion with the B dollar prize that you just mentioned. Here at Country Club Liquor in Palm Desert, they've had quite a few of those who have purchased a ticket, had success here and win $500,000 and some even close to $1 million. I have somebody who's purchasing a Powerball ticket with me today, Robert Acosta, Coachella Valley resident. Robert, why Country Club Liquor?
It's a local community store, and we like to support our local community and businesses, and I think it's very important that we do that just as a community and help everyone else achieve success.
Now, the $1 billion question with a B. If you do win tonight, what are you going to purchase?
I don't think it's about purchasing anything for us. I think it's more about just living comfortably. We have a daughter and kids and the whole thing, and just take care of the community and our families. And it's a lot of money, so I don't think I could possibly spend it in my lifetime, but we'll have fun trying.
I was going to say, you just had let me know beforehand that you sent your daughter off to college. I was going to ask you for your selfish answer. I was going to take a tip out of my coworker Brett Rosen's book. Maybe going to visit your daughter more often, is that your selfish answer if you were to win that $1.4 billion prize?
Yeah, it will help us relocate we're relocating to Florida, and to be closer to her, and it would certainly help that cause for sure.
Perfect. Can we get you purchasing your ticket? Is that okay?
Absolutely.
Here he goes. $20. And Rosemary here is helping him out. She said she's had over 100 people come in and purchase a ticket. Busy day for her, trying to get those people to get that $1.4 billion prize.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Robert, and good luck.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Again, you have a couple hours to come and purchase for that $1.4 billion prize. I'm going to have to purchase for some, not only myself, but those at work to try to hopefully win that money. That'll do it for me in Palm Desert. We'll send it back to Mark and Olivia in studio.
Tiani, best of luck. We've got a local alert this evening. The Cabazon parents accused of killing their 7-month-old son are due back in court tomorrow. Jake and Rebecca Haro were arrested in August following a weeks-long investigation led by multiple authorities. Their arraignment for murder is scheduled for 9 a.m. at the Riverside Hall of Justice. NBC Palm Springs will be bringing you live coverage there. We'll have it immediately in our 11 a.m. newscast, so please stay with us for more information as it develops.
A 42-year-old man was arrested in Palm Springs after inappropriately communicating with a minor living out of state. That's according to the Palm Springs Police Department, who say that they were made aware of Robert Lloyd Simmons' messages to a 15-year-old. Detectives reviewed the information. They confirmed sexually explicit conversations had taken place. Officers arrested Simmons on East Palm Canyon Drive. Police say that Simmons knowingly communicated with the minor while aware of their age. He's been booked into the John Benoit Detention Center on multiple charges. An Indio police canine has proven himself to be a very good boy. Last night, Officer Moran of the Indio Police Department conducted a traffic stop where his investigation canine right there named Hokey sniffed out narcotics. A Ziploc bag containing 246 M30 fentanyl pills were found inside of a vehicle. No additional information about the stop has been released.
Well, we certainly thank Hokey for all of his efforts out there. Here's a live look outside from our Agua Caliente casino camera right now, downtown Palm Springs. Some heavy cloud coverage returning to the valley, something that we could see also a bit tomorrow as we see this moisture and humidity lingering at least for the next 24 hours. Our Kai Beach will return next week with our forecast, but for now, the high today, 102 degrees, the record high, 117. So glad we didn't see that today. Your low, 81 degrees this evening. Speaking of the evening, if you're headed out for a walk, as the temperature starts to drop a bit, it will still be about 99, 96 degrees as we continue into the evening hours. It's going to be very sticky and muggy out there. We've got that monsoonal moisture here in the Coachella Valley that will be hanging around for at least the next day, and it could lead to some potential thunderstorms in the afternoon on Thursday, although the chances are relatively slim. Here's your radar right now currently for us here in the valley. You see most of it hanging out towards Arizona and Nevada. Not anything happening right here in the valley, but again, some slight chances for our Thursday, so don't be surprised if you're heading into work, you get a few drops on your windshield. That future precipitation, this is the North American model. Nothing showing on the screen, so we'll see what we get here in the Coachella Valley for tomorrow, and definitely drying up as we head into the weekend, and some cooler conditions on the way for next week. If you're curious about our rainfall totals, Indio saw just about half an inch. Here's your Comfort Air 3-day forecast. About 100 degrees for the next 3 days, lows in the upper 70s. That 7-day forecast coming in just a few minutes.
All right, we're going to turn to some other headlines this evening. The Cathedral City Senior Center is hosting a food drive this coming Friday. It's for National Food Bank Day. It starts at 9 in the morning, goes till 4 o'clock in the afternoon. The center and their volunteers will be accepting food donations. Primarily, they want things like pasta, pasta sauce, cereal, soup, and canned veggies. Every donation will go towards feeding people in need of fresh food. You can make a donation in person at the center. That's from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. Or you can go to our website to access the QR code.
Sunnylands Center and Gardens is opening a new photography exhibit next week. It showcases the estate's carefully curated trees. This exhibit is called Curating Canopy, Trees at Sunnylands, and it debuts September 10th. Admission is free. This runs Wednesday through Sunday from 8:30 to 4. The exhibit features floor-to-ceiling images by photographer David Loftus. It captures species like jacaranda, Virginia live oak, and crepe myrtle.
There's an adoption event that's happening this weekend at the Earthwise Pet Center and Wellness Spa, which is in Rancho Mirage. It's in partnership with the Coachella Valley Cat Club. It runs this Saturday, starts at 11 o'clock in the morning, and it goes until 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Adopters will get a sampling of Earthwise pet food if they attend.
And a very sweet update here. 52 dogs from the Coachella Valley Animal Campus flew east for a second chance at a forever home. Animal counselors partnered with Wings of Rescue to transport these dogs from multiple Riverside County shelters to lessen the overcrowding crisis. Shelters taking the dogs are the Give a Dog a Home Rescue in Maine, Miracle Lane Farm and Sanctuary this is in Augusta, Maine, and then the SPCA Westchester in New York.
Tonight, a resident of Healing Sands Mobile Home and RV Park is talking to us about what they say are unlivable conditions. Our Brett Rosen joins us live in studio tonight with that story. Brett?
Mark, like you said, we first covered this story last week, a mobile home and RV park where residents told us the issues of frequent water and power shutoffs, the uncleanliness of dumpsters, one resident mentioning a rat infestation issue. This is a community that has expressed how they feel forgotten about. And after multiple residents told me they wouldn't go on camera because they said they were afraid of owners and management, finally one resident said yes. This is her story.
It just sucks, like, knowing that the owners of the park don't even really, they're not even here almost all the time. If they cared about us, they would put money into it and have this park looking nice.
This is Martina, a resident of Healing Sands for over a year. And now she says her boyfriend and her are looking to move because of the issues at the mobile home and RV park, saying how frustrating it's been to not have management that care.
Whenever it's like they're working on plumbing on another house on this street, maybe it's an emergency, they didn't let us know the last time. Completely just shut our water off for 3 days. And I mean, we weren't able to take a shower coming home from work. We weren't able to wash our dishes. We weren't able to brush our teeth or even wash our face. And it just irks me, like, knowing that there's people that don't even care that if we go without water or not.
Now, there are two sides to every story. I spoke to the property manager of Healing Sands, who says the claims by the residents are false. He wouldn't go on camera, but told us at NBC Palm Springs that the owners do visit the park, even as recent as last month, and that complaints of the uncleanliness were not made apparent to them by residents. The property manager would go on and say, yes, water was not made available to residents for multiple days last week, but that's because after fixing the water within 24 hours, the manager says it was someone who vandalized the already repaired pipes that prolonged the issue. And eventually, there was a complaint made last week to the County Riverside Environmental Health Service Department. They checked on the mobile home and RV park the next day and saw issues with the overflow of trash in the dumpsters.
We did confirm that there was trash accumulated in the park around the dumpster area and very specific to the area between lots 31 and 35. So our environmental health specialist issued a notice of violation to the park owner for the accumulation of trash, and we set a compliance date for 1 week. They followed up and indicated that they would get the trash cleaned up and also increase the trash services. They're going to increase it to 3 times per week.
Now, something that Christine Lorge mentioned was the communication that needs to happen between residents and the property manager if there was an issue within the park, and if there is continued problems, to then reach out to them. Also, something to point out was the property manager said he would get a written out statement from the owners with proof that the claims of residents were false. We have not yet received that statement. Live in studio, I'm Brett Rosen, NBC Palm Springs.
Brett, thank you for that update tonight. Coming up next, 3 states, including us here in California, are working together to form a new health partnership. We've got the details on the plans right after the break.
Also tonight, we've got football and also some Firebirds news. Tim O'Brien's going to give us the latest. That's coming up in sports.
And here's a look at your gold and silver prices on this Wednesday evening. Stay with us. Those headlines and more right after the break.
They say dogs are a man's best friend, but at NBC Palm Springs, we're a dog's best choice for news. Apologies to our competitors, but even your dogs know who leads the pack in news.
Night after night, discover the unique stories that set our valley apart. Together, we're going to find inspiration and foster connections that strengthen the fabric of our community.
Committed to covering our community. You're watching NBC Palm Springs at 6.
All 3 West Coast states are banding together to form a new public health partnership following the upheaval at the CDC. The governors of California, Washington, and Oregon announced the formation of the West Coast Health Alliance. They're calling it a response to what they describe as the Trump administration's destruction of the CDC. The announcement comes 1 week after the White House ousted CDC Director Dr. Susan Menarez. The governors say this new alliance will coordinate public health guidelines that'll be, quote, grounded in science, not ideology.
Data breaches are always a good reminder for adults to check their credit reports. But what about for kids? Consumer experts say identity theft among children's data can go undetected for years. Karen Kafa is in Washington with details.
As children go back to school and college students take the first steps of their adult financial lives, scammers see opportunity where personal data isn't closely guarded.
There's no morality here that they're not going to do that to kids. Kids are just as much of a target, if not more so.
According to the Federal Trade Commission, about 2% of U.S. identity theft reports in 2025 so far have involved children under age 19. And just like adults, kids are at risk when data breaches compromise things like social security numbers or medical information. Eva Velasquez, CEO of the nonprofit Identity Theft Resource Center, says many cases of child ID theft go undetected for years because they're not making regular transactions like adults.
One of the reasons that children's identities are so appealing to the bad actors is because kids don't engage in the world the same way adults do.
The FTC says if a child is under age 16, request a free credit freeze to make it harder for someone to open new accounts in their name. The major credit bureaus, Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion, all have instructions. Velasquez says it can't be completed online, but the effort is worth the peace of mind.
It does take a little bit of legwork. You not only have to provide the documents in a different way, you also have to demonstrate that you have the legal authority to make decisions on behalf of this child.
Parents who believe their child's information has been compromised should check if their child has a credit report. Since it's uncommon under the age 18, that could be a red flag for fraud. In Washington, I'm Karen Kafa.
All right, on this Wednesday evening, we're giving you a live look from our Indian Wells golf resort camera. You can see the cloud cover there in the Coachella Valley. We've got more rain in the forecast, and we also have a look at your 7-day that's coming up on the other side of this break. Don't go anywhere.
Welcome back, everyone. Here's a live look from our Walter Clark Highway 111 camera in Rancho Mirage. The underside of those clouds looking a little dark right now, something we saw a lot of yesterday and could see into our Thursday just a little bit, but let's take a look at the current weather conditions right now. 99 degrees in Palm Springs, so congratulations. We have made it under the 100-degree mark for the day. Starting to finally feel a little nice out there, although the humidity still 25% at this hour, feeling very sticky out there today and will feel sticky into our Thursday with that monsoonal moisture. For today, your high temperatures across the Coachella Valley, 104 in Palm Desert seems to be topping the list, 95 in Cabazon, getting cooler up to 72 degrees in Big Bear City. Awfully perfect if you ask me. Low temperatures for your valley here. We've got 80 degrees for most valley cities, 73 up in Joshua Tree, 77 in Thousand Palms. But again, feeling very sticky and muggy overnight and into your morning hours as well. Those rain chances will linger around. There are just slight thunderstorm chances for parts of the Coachella Valley, mountain and deserts. So something that we could see into Thursday, but drying will continue as we get into Friday and the weekend. Speaking of Thursday, your high projected to be 100 degrees in Palm Springs. You can see other cities here, 102 in Indio, La Quinta 103, Palm Desert and Cathedral City leading the list. Oh, actually Rancho Mirage 105 degrees. This is where the uncomfortable levels kick in, though. The dew point, 65 degrees for Palm Springs on Thursday. You can see Friday, Saturday, and Sunday getting a little more comfortable as we go. Your 7-day forecast brought to you by Comfort Air. It's warm to end the week, but some good news. A cooling trend moves in next week, 96 degrees on Wednesday.
They say dogs are a man's best friend, but at NBC Palm Springs, we're a dog's best choice for news. Apologies to our competitors, but even your dogs know who leads the pack in news.
Night after night, discover the unique stories that set our valley apart. Together, we're going to find inspiration and foster connections that strengthen the fabric of our community.
The NBC Palm Springs Sports Desk with Tim O'Brien. Brought to you by Agua Caliente Casinos.
Oh, welcome back. This time tomorrow night, you'll hear the sweet sounds of the return of the NFL season right here on NBC Palm Springs. Oh, yeah. Fire it up. It's the defending champion Philadelphia Eagles hosting the Dallas Cowboys to kick off the 25 season in the city of brotherly love. The coverage begins at 4 p.m. with Football Night in America right here on NBC Palm Springs. So no 5 or 6 p.m. newscast, but we will be on immediately following the game. Now, speaking of Sunday night, it's the premiere of Firebirds Off the Ice, our new weekly 30-minute show going behind the scenes with the Coachella Valley Firebirds. And when I say we've interviewed just about everyone at Acrisure Arena, I mean it. We bring you the brains from the top on down on how the team and arena operates on a daily basis. Once the season starts, we'll have an in-depth segment with the coach each week as well. You can catch it every Sunday night following the NFL game here on NBC Palm Springs and on My Firebirds TV on KPSC Saturdays at 6 o'clock. Before we get to the weekend, we've got high school football to talk about, of course, and it starts tomorrow night, a night early. Yucca Valley travels down the hill. They'll take on Cathedral City. Serrano at Xavier Prep. The Saints 2-0. Then on Friday, a packed slate. Elsinore at Palm Desert. The Indians are at Coachella Valley. Citrus Valley at La Quinta. Yucaipa at Shadow Hills. Tahquitz at Rancho Mirage. And then Desert Christian, a surprise 2-0. They'll host the Desert Mirage Rams. Everything Friday Night Lights related, of course, you can watch all season long on our website at NBCPalmSprings.com. That'll do it in sports. I'm Tim O'Brien.
And now the Agua Caliente Entertainment Report, brought to you by Agua Caliente Casinos.
Farm Aid board members Willie Nelson, Neil Young, and John Mellencamp are set to headline the nonprofit agriculture organization's 40th annual Music and Food Festival. Fellow board members Dave Matthews, Margot Price will join Nelson, Young, and Mellencamp. Winona Judd and Kenny Chesney also scheduled to appear. For the first time ever, the festival will be held in Minneapolis. Farm Aid 40 is scheduled for September 20th at Huntington Bank Stadium. Farm Aid has raised more than $85 million since 1985 to support programs for farmers and expand the reach of the good food movement. We'll be right back.
Brighter Side of the News is brought to you by Fiesta Kia. Discover the all-new Fiesta Kia located in the I-10 Auto Mall.
All right, before we go, fun way to end a newscast here. McDonald's is giving fans a special saucy way to savor the last golden days of summer. It's a special edition item called the Gold Sauce. It's a blend of vinegary North Carolina barbecue sauce infused with notes of honey, smoke, and mustard. Starting tonight, you can get this special along with other gold items like the special edition Gold Snack Wrap or Bacon Special Edition Gold McCrispy. And if you hear a little rustling, some boxes opening here at the anchor desk, that's because we got some of the food maybe early here. One of our local McDonald's gracious enough to give us a special taste of our own here. So we brought him in studio, and I see some of the boys decided to dip in. What do we have?
The apples are great.
Apples.
Because so many people order apples at McDonald's.
Yeah.
Right?
Couple nugs.
Couple of nugs. Brett, when's the last time you had a Happy Meal?
I think I was probably like 8 or 9.
8 days
Last
ago.
year?